Absolutely Not is normalizing the standard, period. If you bring the whole table, then you can sit with us. We're bringing all the uncomfy combos and creating an unapologetic space to drive the culture forward respectfully. Because it seems like everyone wants to keep their opinions in the comment section. Absolutely not.
What is up, world? It's your girl Alora, and we are back with another episode of your favorite podcast, Absolutely Not, hosted by yours truly, a girl with unpopular opinions. Be sure to tune in every week for new episodes featuring some of your favorite topics. So let's hop right in. Today on the show, we have our favorite guest, Cindy Noor.
Hello. Hey,
motivational speaker, content creator.
Go ahead and list it
and
out.
literally everything that you could ever imagine because she's so great.
Thank you so much for having me back here. I
Girl.
enjoyed our first episode and we had to run it back. You already know. Thank you for having me again.
I had you mid-season, and now we are here for the finale.
Period. So, can we talk about it?
Girl.
'Cause
We got a lot to talk
we
about
got a
today.
lot to talk
Look,
about today.
this started out as a text message thread. I'm
And
like,
did.
we're gonna
just
have to bring
venting,
this. Yeah.
just like expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
I was like, this could make a good
Episode.
episode. Let's run it back.
Yeah. So this is kind of like the red table, but the table not red. Okay.
Just the drink.
Yeah, just the drinks. But I'm so happy to have you back.
Absolutely.
And I love this pink on you, Miss
Thank you,
Girl.
darling. Amazon.
Yes, I love it. It's so you.
Thank you. It is my signature robe. I wear it damn near everywhere. So to get that money's worth. Okay.
Her.
Period.
You
What are
know
you wearing?
Honestly, like just this little black and white set. Well, it's not really a set. It's like a romper, and it has like a little sash.
It's giving elegant.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. I felt like I wanted to show up as like old money.
Okay.
So I was just like, maybe this is it. I don't
It's
know.
giving refined.
Ah,
I
thank
like
you.
it.
Thank you. I'm
Yes.
hopping into my grown woman era.
Period.
I had to tell, something new as a compliment to Bob. But
It's a bobbery.
gotta let these girls know, okay? I didn't introduce the Bob on the last show, but it's here and it might be here to stay.
It's
Yes.
cute. It frames your face. It frames your face so well. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I think this is my favorite hairstyle thus far, so it might be around for a minute.
Ain't no
and
wrong with it.
I'm hopping into my Megan Good era, okay? the
Megan Good bald now.
Megan Good we know.
We know.
The Megan Good, I was like, Lord, please let me look
Look
like
back in
that
the
when
day,
I get
Megan
older.
Good.
God, please let me have that type of appeal. Like, Megan Good don't even have to say nothing. She commands the room.
Period.
I love that for her.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be just like that.
Up until she got with
Oh, boy.
Langston Hughes.
Yeah.
Trying
Bless
to
her
break up
heart.
fights with high schoolers, but up until that point,
Langston Hughes. Baby, that's Malcolm X's son or something. I don't know.
that is MLK the third.
Literally. I love that for him. He got his own little style going on.
If you want to call it that,
But
that man been
something
working on the railroad all the live long day.
feels
I don't know.
racist. It feels racist.
It does.
Yes, to me.
It does give Jim Crow era.
Yeah.
That man been outside.
Mm-hmm. But like, how does he know how to pair those things together? Does he have like a Pinterest board or
He
something?
was on Lovecraft. I think he got offset and never got offset.
That's what I'm wondering too. Because what
know.
did he look like before all this?
I don't know.
He actually went to my high school.
He
I'm
did?
gonna go look at some pictures and
Small
see.
world,
Yeah,
huh?
we didn't graduate the same year though. That man is far older than me. Far older than me, but
I thought I was
yes.
giving Girl Woman era. What happened?
I'm trying to be in my grown woman era. Like, I'm old, but not that old. Okay,
I'm weak.
still a young thing over here. But I feel like now I'm trying to step into this era of becoming my future self.
Okay.
Gotta stay ready. So you don't have to get ready.
Absolutely. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Trying. We'll see how long this lasts. But it's been going pretty good. Not
Good.
gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So, on today's episode, I want to kind of highlight what it's like being a Black content creator, because we have watched this era of TikTok of so many people blow up, like to the point of being in movies. being moved to LA.
Yeah.
And it's happened for a lot of people, but not a lot of them look like us. And I just want to talk about what that looks like for us, and even just highlighting the day-to-day life of a Black content creator too, because child, we be in the trenches. Okay.
Who, girl? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? How you want that to work?
Well, I guess I could start us off.
Absolutely.
I know that in our previous text conversation, I don't know, like, what the algorithm is doing, where it's headed, and like what the overall goal is now. I don't know if I've lost inspiration when it comes to like creating content, but I don't know, I just don't have the same energy towards it. I was in an era where like I had a whole lot to say, but now I don't. Like, I just feel like I need to keep it on mute. And I don't know if that's just a right now thing, if God's just silencing me for right now because he doesn't want me to say something that could ruin my brand, but I don't know.
How long have you felt that way?
For the last few months, I would say. Maybe like I would say since the beginning of this year.
Was there anything like that happened to trigger you into getting into this space, or just kind of crept up on you, and all of a sudden you realized that like, I'm not feeling it?
Yeah, I think it was something that kind of crept up. I just used to always be inspired. I always had like a notes section in my phone of things that I would think about. I'm like, that's funny. And then I would post it. But now those thoughts don't really come anymore. And it could also be from stress, just like
life, just life.
Yeah, because in this economy, child.
Girl, who you telling?
It's been a wild ride.
Oh, girl, I get that though. So where do you stand now as far as how do you feel about content creation like now?
I love being a content creator. I like the opportunities that it brings, especially for Black people as far as visibility and just shedding light on certain issues that might not be touched on in like true media. So I love that aspect of it, but now it's just like trying to think about what I want my brand to be going forward and how that's going to look. I used to post a lot of like think pieces or thought-provoking content, but I don't really have a lot of thoughts right now. So I think that I might maybe pivot into more fashion style content because I love a good look, honey. And just see where that takes me.
Good for you. I'd have to say for me, content creation is, I wouldn't say love-hate, that's a very strong way to put it, but it can definitely get frustrating after a certain point because you're told that, if you get the followers, things just fall in line, you're good to go. But like, that is not the Black content creator experience at all. And it was very disheartening to put the work in to grow a platform. And it is quiet. And what gets me is like people look at their follower count and make assumptions that just aren't true. They'll look at their follower count and assume I've got it made in the shade.
Yeah.
That's not true. They'll see my videos. Like, for instance, I had a TikTok get posted on NBC one night during a regular newscasting on NBC. People were like, oh, you've made it. I ain't make nothing off of that. That was a free placement. They just reached out to me, asked if I gave permission to do so. I said, sure. That was it. There wasn't any brand deal. There wasn't anything like that. And people will see the visibility and assume that like there's something that came with it. And a lot of times it's not. And you're hoping the exposure leads to brand deals or things. And, usually it doesn't. And it's been very hard because I recognize that my content has social impact. People love my content. They want me to keep making videos. But the demand for making my content, the demand for making my podcast, all of that takes me away from being able to work regularly. So I'm reliant on social media to make money off of it, but I'm hardly making the money that I need to really fully survive. And not even just survive, but just live. So it's one of those things, it's like, I love being able to make an impact on my community and people. I love people feeling seen by me and my content, but like, the bills still be due.
Yeah.
So what is a person to do? So it's just, it gets hard when you're trying to be a Black woman content creator who's making different content that's not stereotypical, that's not rooted in any boxes that we tend to get attention for. And you're trying to be different. You're trying to create a different avenue, and it's taking what feels like forever for it to actually take off. And then you watch, no tea, no shade, but you watch other content creators, Black people who do go along with those stereotypes, and they just shoot right up to the top. And it's like, ooh.
You know what? I'm also noticing, like, you and I both make, I wouldn't say similar content. Well, yeah,
kind of controversial.
Controversial,
Yeah.
unpopular opinions. We talk a lot about what's happening in the world, how it affects Black women, dating, things like that. Things that ruffle some feathers. And I feel like creators in general are afraid to do that. And I also feel like these brands or these platforms are afraid to give us that voice.
Absolutely.
Now, what I've also been seeing is Black content creators that don't really have much to say, like it's just jokes. And they're getting a lot of that brand visibility, a lot of those brand deals. And the thing is, like, what's the impact here? Like, what's the overall message? How is this affecting the community? Where is this going to take us? And that's my problem that I have. I see a lot of people, I don't want to say names, but a lot of content creators they're moving to LA, they're being put in movies, they're making the next level in their careers, but they haven't really generated any type of impact for anyone.
Yeah. And it's not like, it's a catch-22 because there are plenty of 8.5 by 11 content creators who get to just wake up and yawn and hit 5 million views. You know, so it's like they also have plenty of content creators who are white who get a chance to become famous off of nothing. So I don't want to create the pressure of like, if we get famous, we have to stand for something. We have to be advocating for justice, you know? But like,
no,
it is also
seriously.
frustrating though, the fact that it seems to be that the only Black creators, or for the most part, the main Black creators who do get visibility don't offer substance. It's usually just purely entertainment. And that's beyond social media content. That's a lot of times how we get fame and success is through entertaining the masses. And I don't like that. I find that it is hard for me to secure brand deals, mainly because I don't have a niche. That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because I have opinionated content that
Absolutely.
kind of prices me out, if you will, out of brands wanting to attach to my brand because I'm unpredictable. Whereas if I just did fashion or makeup or hair, that doesn't take much of your actual intellectual thought in the process per se. So it's easier to attach a brand to that person because they're kind of just using their outer shell or more of a not shallow, but superficial aspect of creating content. So it's like a catch-22. If you want to be a Black content creator who creates impact, you run the risk of not getting the same level of visibility as you would if you didn't. So you're kind of like picking your poison.
Yeah.
Either you express yourself and are in a way blacklisted, or you don't express yourself and you're a shell of a person, but you're getting the brand deals, but you have no voice, you have no individuality for real. So it's a catch-22. Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that. And I was actually just talking to my therapist about that today because she asked me, like, how's the content creation going? I hear you talking a lot about your podcast, but you haven't really said much about content creation recently. And I was explaining to her that I feel like as a Black woman and as a content creator, we're required to like produce something of shock value, like something that's going to shake the world up, or we have to be advocating for some type of justice, or and it's not even just for Black people, but it's for all people, whether it's disabled people or even what's going on between Israel and Palestine. We always feel the need to speak up on all of these issues, and that's what helps develop our platform. But at the end of the day, like, there's not really a ton of influencers or content creators that are just girls, like just Black girls. Like, that's not enough for social media. That's not enough to get you followers. You have to be a Black girl in luxury, or a Black girl that's living a soft life that's just that's just too much. And also, like, I feel like you can't just be a normal Black girl either. I was watching this one Black content creator's post the other day. Loved her page. Definitely interested in what she's doing. But I feel like you have to be like a different Black girl.
Mm-hmm.
She rides horses, like she does equestrian, and she plays tennis, and she travels the world. And I love her page, love her content. I feel like I relate to her. But that's not every Black girl's story.
Right.
Every Black girl does not ride horses and buy Chanel and travel overseas. Like, there are some Black girls that are just Black, and that's just, they're cool with that. I feel like we need more content like that.
That's just us being us.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. Yeah, when I watch Black women content on social media, mainly TikTok, we are kind of boxed into like a few categories, whether it's advocacy for ourselves or for our identities or for other people's identities, whether it's, the luxury, we are kind of categorized into, or we're offering, even down to like, for lack of better words, I guess, like man-hating content.
Yes.
Like we do kind of filter into these different categories. And it is, what I will say is anytime there's a crisis, that is when I see Black women's content the most.
Yes, same.
So like, even though it's Free Palestine, I'm going to make that clear, but I see so much more Black women's content being boosted when they're talking about crises that are happening in the world versus just regular videos.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's interesting. Even from my experience, if I make a regular video about just my day in the life or whatever, that's going to get suppressed.
Yeah.
But if I make a video talking about a crisis happening in the world, that's getting automatically viral, thousands, millions of views. And so it's also kind of interesting, not saying these things will deserve to be advocated for, but it's interesting how the algorithm will pick us up when we are in a roundabout way kind of feeding into the stereotype of us being the backbone and us like, being the savior type deal. And it does create a pressure for you to fall into those stereotypes to get traction.
Yeah.
And it's a catch-22 around. It's just a catch-22 all over, honestly. Yeah.
And that's kind of where I am with my content. At one point, I always felt the need to speak up and to give my opinion on things. But now I'm like, for one, who cares?
That's where I've gotten at this point, too. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I don't know if you recall, but the brick attack, Roe.
Girl.
When she was attacked with a brick, I made a couple of videos advocating for her and just in shock at the response that she received. People were saying she's lying and all of that.
Yeah.
And I was dogpiled for weeks by men, thousands of comments, DMs, emails, videos, stitches, all of that. And it was so overwhelming. It was so eye-opening. It was scary at points, but it really showed me that, like, dang, where's I going with that? I had a point and I totally lost it just now. What were you talking about?
I was talking about being a Black content creator. And
I tell you, I lost it just like that.
I think I lost my train of thought too.
There was a point why I brought that up, though.
I was saying that I don't really have the need to like express my opinion anymore.
Thank you. So yeah, just cut that out. Okay, so but when through advocating for her and just seeing the backlash that I got from it, it made me a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
Like, I get tagged in things now, and people are like, can we talk about this? And I'm like, oh, we can't today. Because it wears on you. It wore on me. Like, I took a social media break after being dogpiled like that, because it was like, y'all are attacking me like I'm the one that did it.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it really, to be a Black woman, to be a front-facing, social media-facing Black woman who's making content that's advocating for people, you run the risk of being attacked in ways that humans are not. So we're not meant to have thousands of comments of people just berating you day in and day out. We shouldn't have that kind of exposure. And it really wore my mental health for a minute, and I had to just take a step away. But like, no one talks about that part of being a Black woman content creator, and as far as the visibility that you receive and how you're such an easy target for anybody, but especially men, to really go in on you for reasons that aren't necessary. I watched a video the other day of a girl who made a tweet where she was saying that she wants a man who is attentive, generous, kind, like listed a lot of like personality traits about who he is as a person. And she received thousands of men calling her a hoe, saying that she's a gold digger when money was ever mentioned. Like, there's so many times that I've seen Black women just speak, and they are just berated in response, and it makes you want to be quiet.
Yes,
it does.
And that is what's kind of silenced me. I've had tons of videos to go viral on social media, and I will literally, I don't ever say anything about how people look. Okay, I'm lying. Let me rewind that. Let me rewind that. Okay. I will say little things, but it's not directed at any person specifically. The first video that went viral was me talking about like what I bring to the table. And I was telling them that I graduated early. I graduated at 20 with my degrees. I graduated with 2 degrees. I work. I live on my own, and I basically take care of myself. So that's what I bring to the table. And I was just basically saying that I'm an independent woman. I'm not out here begging for change. Please take care of me. Like, I'm good all on my own. And I feel like that's an accomplishment within itself. And I get 1 million something views. I get men in my comments telling me that I'm a whore, my lashes are too long, and I want somebody to take care of me. And I'm just like, but I literally said I don't want nobody to take care of me, and that's what I bring to the table. And then some people, you have the pick-me's that are like, oh, the fact that you have a degree is not bringing anything to the table. Men don't want that. I'm just like, okay, your man might not want that, but the guy that I'm trying to get, I hope he wants that. And so it's just like, I could say one little thing, and it could be something encouraging. Like, I made a post about how once you see yourself rising, there's people that will try to bring you down. And then there are guys on there calling me a narcissist. Like, you could make the smallest comment. And I don't even think that it's just for me. For all Black content creators, I see kind of the same energy in their comment section. They could say one thing, and it's people all up and down, tearing them down. And it could be just like one little remark. And it has nothing to do with anyone specifically. She didn't say you were ugly. She didn't call you out. She just talked about one little thing, and everybody just comes at you.
There's just a whole different level of insufferableness, if that's even a word, of like within the Black content diaspora, if you want to call it that, where anything you say, honestly, whether it's right or wrong, quote unquote, you're getting flamed for something. Someone's mad about something. Someone's irritated about how you said it, your tone, whatever. And it's such a hostile. To be a content creator and Black, you're walking into a hostile environment no matter what the content or the topic is. Someone's going to have an issue with it. Someone's going to not like just feel offended by it. And it gets exhausting after a while.
Yeah.
You are trying to make a difference or trying to make a living, and you're being constantly met with such negative energy when you're not seeking it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing when you make intentionally negative content and you get backlash. Okay, that makes sense. But like, when you're just minding your own business and making content and people clap back like that, it's like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yes.
Like, are y'all okay? What is he? Like, there is a level of, and I also feel like this kind of goes back to being a Black woman, but I feel like our content is a playing ground for Black people to dump in. And that kind of is a play on societal experience as far as how we're treated in society in general. Because while, yes, other women of other races do face backlash too, it just feels like there's such a quickness for us to just be cursed out or clapped back on or degraded or called out of our names that I don't see in the full extent with other women. I'm not saying they don't experience it. I'm sure they do, but like, maybe it's because I am a Black woman, but I just feel like our experience, folks are quicker to not believe us, to belittle us, to chastise us, than to believe or uplift or encourage us.
Exactly.
And it's really odd. And I don't understand where that animosity comes from, especially when you as a Black woman have done anything to those people directly. You know, it's odd. It's very odd.
And I've watched other white content creators like Alex Earl, and even most recently, there's this one girl that popped up on my For You page. She and her boyfriend were living together, and she ended up cheating on him. And she was like giving us the story on her Get Ready With Me. And like, if you see a Black content creator do this, like, she's called bitches and hoes all up and down the comment section. But in her comment section, it's just people laughing, telling her go girl and all this stuff. And I'm just like,
Had a black woman done the same thing, it would have been on Shade Room.
Yes, it would have been
on
everywhere.
Spiritual Word.
Yes.
It would have been a trending topic podcast. Would have been getting out the podcast mics. It would have been a whole thing. Like, so it's just interesting how there's a different reaction to the same kind of content, if you will, across different races.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And I feel like that is the most tiring aspect of being a black creator. Not knowing the future of whatever to expect whenever you make a video or you post some content. It could go really well or it could go really bad, but you should more than likely anticipate it going really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can almost, like, I could post something with the best intentions, like saying the most positive thing, and immediately somebody will turn it into something negative. Even on my podcast, like, I'll see comments on my actual podcast page and even on the YouTube where people will just, like, belittle me in the comments, and I'm like, I was actually being nice. Like, I wasn't even, that was not for shock value or anything. That was actually, like, my thoughts.
There's definitely a level of on guard you have to be as a black content creator and a black woman content creator, because at any point, no matter what you say, someone's gonna take it wrong, and you have to be prepared. And there have been so many times where I have clapped back at people who were asking genuine questions, but I'm just so used to like
yeah, me too.
What do you mean by that? Like, because 9 times out of 10, they are coming at me sideways. But that one time that someone's like, well, I actually was being, I'm so sorry, girl. Let me answer your question, But it's like, there is this innate level of on guard you have to be at all times, because people will take your content as the opportunity to clap back with you when you wasn't even coming for them.
Literally.
So, like, it's just, it can be tiring at times, definitely.
I definitely agree with you. So I've taken a step back, and I've also gotten the same comment about me not having a niche. And I think that's weird, because technically on TikTok, like, I have a niche. The type of videos that I post go. Anytime I post anything different, it's nowhere. Nobody's watching it. Nobody's commenting. Nobody sees it. So I definitely feel like we have a niche. I just don't know what that's called.
I don't know what it's called either. Like, it's got to be more than just being controversial. I think it's more to it. But when it comes to, like, making money, if it's not lifestyle, fashion, makeup, modeling, you're having a hard time, like, getting brands to actually want to work with you. They feel like it's not an advantageous thing for them to take with you if you don't have this niche down, brand of yours. So that's what's been frustrating to me. I've been trying to rebrand because I would love to get some brand deals. I'd love to get some affiliate programs to where I'm making money on a consistent basis through my social media. But in my experience of reaching out to brands and trying to work things out, when I name my price, I'm too expensive.
Yeah.
And they'd rather go with a smaller content creator and charge them less than to charge me what I believe that I'm worth. And that is also very frustrating, because you'll see people like, this is how I make 50K on a brand deal with only 2,000 followers. And it's like, okay, girl, not too loud.
Yeah.
Because
there's like, how I replaced my salary in 1 year with only 5,000 followers. And I'm like,
someone is lying.
Yeah.
Or either that, or what gets me with those situations is when they're not black saying that.
Yes.
And it's like,
okay.
Well, there's that, I don't know. You got to factor that in, I guess, too, because not trying to, diminish their work or their hard work, but it's like there are elements at play here that I had a company reach out to me day before yesterday, wanting a Instagram post and reel for $100.
Yeah, I be getting those too, and I just don't even reply. And so I'm like, I'll save that for off camera. But yeah, I don't even reply. And lately, the ones I've been getting have been weird. Like, one of them was for sex toys. I'm like, when have you ever seen that on my page?
The amount of sex toy emails I've gotten, baby, at what point have you ever?
I'll be like, baby, I'm celibate and I love
Where
Jesus.
Have you? Okay. I go to church.
Okay. I'm a church-going lady.
I read the Bible. Okay. Do not. Like, I don't know. It be brands that I've never even worn those shoes.
Yeah.
Why would I?
And then
I had a bike company. Now, have you ever seen me bicycling anywhere?
I think I got the same guy. It was a bicycle. I'm like, baby, do you see my hair? I pay too much to sweat this out.
You never see me outside.
I work out in a gym.
resistance training, no cardio, okay?
That's the other thing. It's like the brands that do reach out are brands that you won't even. This will make for you to see me doing a video for this would make no sense. Why am I here? So it's like it's insulting. It's funny, but it's also insulting because it's like the brands you do want to work with shoot you down. But then you get Mr. Bicycle wanting you to just do a video you riding around a bike in the park. Sir.
First of all, that's embarrassing because I can't even ride a bike that good. So
you want me hot, sweating, can't breathe, lung collapsing for a real? Like, I just wanted to wear a cute little shoe, cute little fitty fit.
Yes.
So it is frustrating. And then the other part that's frustrating is the algorithm. We already know that the algorithms on TikTok especially are racially programmed. Mm-hmm. So it's like you are trying to surpass an algorithm that's smarter than you mm-hmm. and make content that you want to make. Sometimes I do wonder why I'm doing this.
Sometimes me too.
There be so many odds stacked against, but then like what keeps me going are the messages I get of like, I live in India and I love your content. Yes. Please don't give up. And it's like, damn.
Thank you,
but this is a whole lot of free going on, and I don't know. That was sweet, but I can't use that message to pay my bills. But thank you. I love it.
I don't know what keeps me going more. Those messages are the ones that I get through email of men calling me a narcissist. Like,
you get those kind of emails?
It be making me want to keep going. Like, now I'm going to go harder.
You done activated my petty.
I'm never going to therapy.
Honestly, the men, I can't lie. The hecklers in my comments give me a little
Yes, they make me feel better about my day. Like,
thank you for that. I needed that.
I am so glad you allow me to have this much power over you.
Absolutely. Especially when they go in with whole essays. Yes. I've had paragraphs, indentions in one comment. Sir, where's your job?
Yeah.
Don't you have a bill to go pay? Why are we typing out an essay for free?
Take the kids to school.
Okay. Don't you have a dish to wash? You have a clothes to fold?
Or like throw something in the laundry, maybe drive home from work. Like, it's so many other things you could be doing than chatting with me.
But they be seething to just,
and then Twitter just be spelled wrong.
And I love a good clapback that's just proofreading what they said. I love a good proofread clapback because...
what was this supposed to say? Who this for? Who this for?
Did you mean Y-O-U-R-E? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Baby, get your and your.
I don't know.
There, and there.
T-H-E-I-R?
Baby, that be kicking y'all all up and through.
Honey.
I'm like, ooh, child.
It be giving hooked on phonics. They still hooked on phonics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What Lil Wayne say? Got me hooked on phonics. Yeah, they need to go back to abc.com.
Okay. Take it back to the CD-ROMs.
Yeah. I decided to stop clapping back when I realized that everybody in my comments was on a 3rd grade reading level.
Maybe mine be in 1st grade. Playing patty cake.
I'm like, okay, were your kids in the pandemic and not going to school, or was it you? I see why these kids are in the 7th grade on a 4th grade.
I know for
a
fact that the kids in their classes rolled their eyes and it was time for them to read out loud.
Yes.
I know they was mad. I know they was tight.
We used to have a couple kids like that in my class. I always felt so bad for them.
Oh.
I felt so bad, but these are the people that they've become. So
this is them now.
They wasn't trying to learn.
They wasn't trying. Oh, that is too funny.
But thank you so much for being on my show today.
Absolutely. You know I'm here whenever you want to see me again. We can always talk about it.
Yes, it's always a vibe. And I would love to collaborate with you on some content. So we should definitely do that in the coming months.
Y'all just stay tuned.
Yes.
Because
we're coming back.
Absolutely. That's going to be a vibe.
I love that. Tell everyone where to find you.
Yes, y'all can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, at The Cindy Noir. I'm also on YouTube. I have my own podcast as well that can be found on YouTube, Shopify, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And it is called Can We Talk About It?
Y'all already knew that.
I offer one-on-one coaching sessions as well as, is that everything?
Motivational
Put me
speaking.
on the spot, girl. Huh?
Motivational speaking.
Thank you. Thank y'all. I also offer motivational content and one-on-one coaching on my personal website called www.thecitynoir.com. And I sell bonnets such as the one on my head, as well as do-rags and a product that I invented called Edge Poo, a natural foam shampoo for them baby hairs.
Purr.
Those can be found on ebonyessentials.com, EBONIE essentials.com. Thank you.
Also, feel free to book her as an MC for any of your events.
If you need a little spice, a little razzle dazzle, I'm also available for that as well. Yes. Thank you. Thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for coming. It's always a vibe.
Always a vibe.
Thank you, world. Be sure to tune in next week for something new.